Hey everybody, it's Coin Snobz. I'm Keith.
I'm Jason.
And today we're going to do a box of $50. That's what this is right here.
Yeah.
So let's jump right into it.
Yeah.
3D. Sealed.
Oh, okay. Interesting stuff going on here.
Yeah, there's some things going on.
Some of those rare Sedona $50. It's all turquoise and stuff. I don't know.
We'll see.
All right. Yep.
Ooh, that's a pretty one.
Man, there's. Okay. It's going to be an interesting box. All right, we'll be right back. All right, overview real quick. As you can see, this is quite the box of NIFCs, not intended for circulation. Let's start over here first, though. We got some struck through. This one struck through a little bit of debris, a little tiny little fleck of something. Not super crazy, but still worth keeping. This is a NIFC that was struck through grease. And I know it's kind of hard to see with these LED lights glaring off, but you can kind of see it right there where it begins and ends. The struck through grease. And it goes pretty much all around Kennedy's head. There it restarts about midway, the back of his head. All the way down here. Below We Trust. Above the O2. And all around in that area right there. Again, whenever the mint worker has to polish the dies, whether it's through normal wear or from the dies clashing each other, they don't always get the grease or polishing compound off completely, and it leaves a little bit of a space in between. And that's where you get it. I know I'm probably sounding like I'm beating a dead horse, but there's some new people around, so I want to make sure that they are informed as best as possible. And the reverse, a little bit as well around the eagle. See it right there. We've got one that has a little bit of clashing on it, primarily obvious on the reverse. And then we have one really nice mint state 1997 Philadelphia, actually in really nice condition, beautiful. And then starts the NIFCs. 2012 Philadelphia, and sorry these aren't in order, these are actually pretty much in order of how we found them in the box. 2012 Philadelphia again, 2003 Denver with kind of a little bit of a rainbowy look to it. 2003 Philadelphia, 2003 Philadelphia. Looks like we almost found them in chronological order anyways. Another 2003 Philadelphia. 2003 Denver. 2002 Philadelphia. 2012 Denver, really nice looking. A lot of these are pretty beat up. So they're not real pretty. 2012 Philadelphia. 2005 Philadelphia, 2004 Denver, 2004 Philadelphia, 2018 Denver, 2012 Philadelphia, 2012 Philadelphia, 2019 Denver in really bad condition, especially for being a year old. That's kind of mashed up a bit. 2005 Denver and 2018 Denver. And for those of you guys that don't know, of course, NIFC, an acronym for not intended for circulation. Basically 2002 to current, these coins were not made for general distribution to businesses and things like that. They were only available in bags and rolls, and of course some of them were available in mint sets. The first NIFC not intended for circulation was 1970 Denver. That was the last 40% silver Kennedy. And then 1987 Philadelphia and Denver were also not intended for circulation. The 70 and the 87s, though, those were only available in mint sets. Those weren't rolls and bags. We've got one 1997 Philadelphia with a couple of die cracks. Just like the old days, man, when we used to find a bunch of these in every box. Remember that? Quarters and $half. They would just be covered in these die cracks coming off the bottom of the bust right there. And then this one's got a little bonus die crack where it kind of connects right here to the bottom of the bust and goes up through his neck all the way up to the bottom of his jowl here. And looks like it goes all the way up here, all the way through his eye, right about yonder way. And it looks like, yeah, it goes all the way up through here to the bottom of the F and connects all the way through the top of the F to the rim. So it almost looks like this die was ready to just split apart. Yeah. Pretty dramatic, pretty cool. But yeah, maybe the die cracks are making a brand new appearance for us. Kind of like the old days there, where we used to find a ton of those. A 2001 Denver that is incredibly poorly struck around the rim. As we've discussed before, pretty much every coin, early 2000s, 2000, 2001, 2002, suffered examples of really poor striking. And we'll take a look at that real quick. Yeah, look at the poor strike on this thing. I mean, it almost looks like wear, but it's definitely not wear. It's literally just die pressure, I would assume. Not sure. If you guys know, go ahead and throw it down there in the bottom in the comments, because we're not sure exactly why we find so many of these that are poorly struck. I don't know if it's just bad dies, but I would assume, and we all know what happens if you assume, but I would assume that it's from poor die pressure, striking pressure, perhaps. Although, I mean, Kennedy's face and all of his details look pretty good. It's always around the rim. So yeah, if any of you guys out there can educate us, please let us know so that we can pass it on to everybody else. Just find it interesting. Reverse is the exact same way. A little bit of copper showing through the nickel there. Perhaps some very weak cladding, very weak thin cladding layer of nickel. But yeah, we find a ton of these in pretty much every denomination, especially the 2000, 2001, 2002s. Not so much 2003s. I think they finally figured out what was going on. And again, the eagle is fairly well struck. Just the rim. Not sure. It's interesting. Obviously, it's not worth a lot of money, but it's just interesting. Got a 1978 proof, which is pretty nice condition. Which is weird since it was circulating. It's got a pretty nasty mark there across his face, but not bad for finding that in circulation. And you can tell that it's quite obviously a proof, not only for the fact that it has the S mint mark, but for the fact that it has those mirror-like fields still showing in the background a little bit. And I'm specifying this because I actually had somebody ask me about that. Just asked me, how could you tell that it's a proof coin? Of course, obviously, the San Francisco mint mark and those mirror-like fields and that nice frosty device or devices. And then we have a 1978 Denver with no FG, or the very slight hint of an FG. The designer's initials, Frank Gasparo, should be right below the right leg right there. It looks like they were polished off, probably because the dies were clashed, or just normal wear and tear on the dies. The mint worker had to polish it. It was polished off, or at least mostly polished off. But we'll take a look at that as well. Yeah, as far as condition, not so pretty. Looks like just about every other circulating Kennedy half dollar you'll find out there, or I should say Kennedy half dollar that's been circulating for quite a while anyway. But here's why we kept it. It looks pretty much like a no FG to us. Again, the left leg of the eagle, our right. Below that, there should be FG. Designer's initials. And it's not there. There might be a little bit of hint of the top part of the G right there. But for all intents and purposes, it looks like it's gone. Might be able to see like a little bit of a ghost outline of it right there when the light catches it just right. But I don't know, what do you guys think? I mean, it's not like it's really a well-known variety of the no FG for the Kennedys, but I have heard of people finding them. Not sure. I don't know. Let us know, guys, in the comments what you think, or if you have one, or if you've seen one. But anyways, that's pretty much it for now. Again, best way to support this channel, of course, is to subscribe. If you want to keep getting notifications from us about when we upload these videos, go ahead and tick the bell right next to it. Until next time, guys, love you all, God bless, and we will see you soon.